So find the directional derivative. Okay. So what I like to do, I like to think of the directional derivative. Okay, instead of x and y, I guess it's s and t, isn't it? But I like to think of it as del f dotted with u. Is it g? It is g, yeah. Okay, what's in the name, right? But yeah, it is g, so stick with that. So let's find del g. What would del g be? Okay, so just generically, it would be g sub s, go in alphabetical order, right? S comma t. So g sub s I, derivative of g with respect to s times I, plus the derivative of g with respect to t times j. Okay? And so focusing on g, what would that be? What would the derivative with respect to s be? 3s squared e to the t times I plus what would the derivative with respect to t be? S cubed e to the t times j. Yeah. And then where do I evaluate that thing at? 2, 0. So del g at 2, 0. So that means s equals, it's always alphabetical order if you're not dealing with x and y, right? Well, actually, if you are dealing with x and y, that's alphabetical order too. So s and t, so s equals 2, t equals 0. So plug that in. What do we get for the I component? So s squared, 2 squared is 4 times 3 is 12, and then e to the 0 is 1, so just 12i. Plus, okay, 2 cubed, 8. Times e to the 0, that's times 1. So 12i plus 8j, would everybody buy that? Okay. And then that's the del g part of it. U, now to answer your question, this guy is not a unit vector. U has to be a unit vector, so we're going to turn that guy into a unit vector. That's what we call U. Okay? So to turn V into a unit vector, what's the magnitude? Okay, so keep this guy in mind. We need that. And then what's the magnitude of V? Square root of 2. So our U is going to be 1 divided by radical 2, comma 1 divided by radical 2, or in IJ notation, 1/2 I, 1 over root 2 I, rather, plus 1 over root 2 J. Okay, and so getting back to this formula then, the directional derivative of, it really is G, I suppose. G at 2, 0 would be this guy dotted with this guy. For those of you that like component form, I'm going to mix notation. I hardly ever do that. I'm going to take 12/8, and I'm going to dot it with 1 over rad 2, comma 1 over rad 2. And what do we get? 12 over rad 2 plus 8 over rad 2, which is really 20 over rad 2. And I tend to bet that I rationalized it. I don't know for sure. But probably 20 rad 2 over 2, which is really 10 rad 2. I bet that's how I wrote the answer.